So my decision has been made. Am I selling all of my crypto? Now, I've ran this for around about a week, hoping to gauge a bit of interest from you guys, the viewers, the community, canvass your opinion on this. I do hope it has came across very wholesome. This is coming straight from me personally, that the opportunity that lies ahead is life-changing. Now, yes, we are only partially through this run to the upside, but nobody is talking about taking profits recently, with Bitcoin perhaps looking exhausted when we do see the struggles that Bitcoin has had to breach its all-time high of $69,000. Now, yes, with the US dollar pairing, we have indeed hit a new all-time high, but on this USDT Binance chart, we of course have seen a double top. Now, that does not mean that we are not going to see higher. I do believe we will. When we look at CoinMarketCap, we can see that we are extremely greedy right now, sitting at 89%. When those are greedy, you should be fearful. These markets definitely can carry on. But as I said, nobody is talking about taking profits, and I want to talk about that in today's update. Tell you my decision, why I am going to do what I am doing, and how I'm going to do so. So with the crypto current market cap at 2.85 trillion, up 2.3% in the last 24 hours, that fear and greed index at the time of recording at 89 in extreme greed. At this point, I am starting to think that it's wise to take profits. Should I sell all of the crypto? Should I sell a percentage? Let's walk through this today. So first of all, I have been talking about the Fed interest rates, and Jerome Powell had his testimony throughout this week, appealing to Congress as to where inflation is sitting and where the markets are sitting currently, and he said that the Fed are not far from the turning point in cutting interest rates. Now, when we come over and look at the interest rates and the Bitstamp USD pairing here, we can see how we have a bit of alignment with moves when we see the Fed pivot. Now, in particular, I want to focus in on the previous pivot right here. From July 2019 to March 2020, we of course seen the price of Bitcoin drop on down, that being this move right here. And right now, this is the focus that I do have. We of course see the Fed pivot all the way down, cutting rates. We of course see Bitcoin dropping on down. What we can see currently is interest rates even higher, sitting at 5.5. We know that that cut could be even more dramatic. But what we do see going on here is Bitcoin rallying on up, much like what happened previously when the Fed had paused the interest rates, Bitcoin had its rally up. Now we can see the price is dramatically different, but equally this pullback could also be as dramatic when we look at the potential of how much the Fed have to cut. Now, the current prediction is a Fed interest rate is not going to happen until June or July. So we have between 5 and 6 months to see potential gains still on the table here for Bitcoin. And I do think that is possible. We know how bullish the ETFs have been so far for the current crypto market. But what is also interesting to see here, Grayscale dropping from over 600,000 Bitcoin to holding now 406,000 Bitcoin. Grayscale selling off their Bitcoin. Yes, we can see the likes of BlackRock, Fidelity, 21 shares picking up what BlackRock are selling off. But to me, what is an interesting figure, this is also bullish as much as it is bearish, that only 4% of the current Bitcoin supply is held with ETFs. Do I expect this to grow over time? I very much do. But considering that it's just 4% of the current supply of Bitcoin held with ETFs, in my opinion, they are not in control just yet of Bitcoin's price. I do think in time that they will be in control of Bitcoin's price, and at that point I do think we will then be looking at Bitcoin differently to the crypto market. I've covered that previously also, that I believe the altcoin market will be a completely separate entity to how we look at Bitcoin with its ETF, also Ethereum when inevitably Ethereum gets its ETF. We will have two separate views on these markets. So that is where I'm positioned. And I know it's been a bit long-winded, maybe a bit of a roundabout way of getting to the point here. The point in question is, am I going to sell my crypto? And the answer is yes, I am. but not at all. I think for myself personally, perhaps selfishly, I could benefit greatly from selling a position in cryptocurrency. The likes of being able to pay off a mortgage. I personally am 33 years old. At 33, being able to clear a mortgage, clear a car that my wife has, is life changing. And I can do that with a small percentage of the portfolio that I can sell. Now, this is not a boast, this is not to brag. This is purely a heartfelt video for you guys to understand where I am and to understand that it's good to take profits. So I've decided to sell between 25 and 50% of all cryptocurrency I have. The likes of XRP, I'm going to hold on to for the long run. But when I look through the portfolio, the holdings I have in the likes of Chainlink, Cardano's ADA, VeChain, to name but a few, are life changing. Some of the meme coin investments we have also made fantastic gains. So for me, I am selling my crypto, but I am not selling it all. Between 25 and 50% I will be selling in small doses. Up until we see that Fed pivot, I do believe we are going to see the market continue moving on up. Now, we have Fed Powell speaking later in the month talking about rates, and I believe he will pause once again. 𝗕𝗘𝗪𝗠𝗪𝗍 commenting down in Discord that what if we have a rate hike? Something that the markets are not talking about. We would see a catastrophic collapse in markets. I think it is a possible great move to do, as that would get inflation under control, but I don't think that the US will do so. I do believe there will be a pause. So I do think up until the pivot, we have got a period of time to perhaps take some profits, and that is what I intend to do. Now, I do not want anything I have said today to be financial advice, because it's simply not. Each and every individual has their own position in this market and their own personal standpoint in life where they are, and should do so accordingly. I am doing so because I can do things I never thought I could do at 33 years of age. So let us know where you guys are positioned on this. Are you in it for the long haul? Are you going to take profits? Are you going to take profits now and reinvest it when we inevitably see a pullback? That is most likely what I'm going to do. Take profits, pay off some things I never thought I would pay off at 33 years old. The rest will be reinvested, but I will still have at least 50% of my portfolio in crypto for the long run. Guys, I do hope you have enjoyed today's update. I do hope it came across as transparent and heartfelt as it really is. I do appreciate the comments we have had. Yes, there has been negative, but there have been fantastic amount of positives. So we do thank you for those comments. Now, yesterday, Nick covered off altcoin season, a very interesting look at altcoin season. That video is right here. I do encourage you guys to head on over and check it out.